Hello and welcome to today's Pilates class. So we're going to make sure that we've got everything set up. We're going to just take a moment to check how we feel in our body, noticing if there are any aches and pains or any tightness that we have to be aware of, just to be considerate of ourselves when we practice. So coming to stand on your mat or on the floor, take a lovely breath in and breathe out. We're going to breathe in and we're going to breathe out. We're going to do one more, taking that nice breath in to set our intentions to practice, and breathe out. So finding our standing center position, just think about rocking forwards and backwards. Rocking forwards and backwards, coming to a point where you feel that you're resting evenly on the mat or on the floor, maybe going side to side, and then coming back to center. Relaxing the toes, relaxing the heels, maybe imagining that those arches are lifted just the tiniest bit. Focusing on your knees, so let's bend and straighten our knees. And again, thinking about that point where they're straight, but we're not snapping our knees back. So there's a little bit of softness through the knees. We're lengthening through the thighs. We're coming onto our pelvis as if it's that bucket. We're going to rock the bucket forwards and backwards, forwards and back. Just having that little rock, coming to rest halfway in that neutral position, and then thinking about our upper spine as that other half of that circular dome, trying to stack our rib cage and our thoracic spine on top of our pelvis. So if I look down, my breastbone and my belly button are aligned, got that gentle neutral spine, knees are soft and not locked, and my feet are hip width apart. Coming onto my collarbones now, I'd like to focus that they're open, feeling as if I've got weights on the base of my shoulder blades and my head floats up tall. And then I really want to invite you just to soften. So some of you will notice that even as you're trying to stand tall, there's tension. We're tensing, we're gripping our stomachs, we're gripping our bottoms. Maybe there's tension up through the neck. So just focus on softening into that position, coming into your breath as you do that. Can you notice where you're holding your breath in your body? Do you notice that it's in your upper part of your chest? Can you feel that breath going down towards your stomach? Can you notice if it's allowing those ribs to expand? And allowing it to expand, we call it 360. So our lungs go all the way around our body. Just see if everything can expand. Breathing in and breathing out. And why is this important? Well, breathing from the right part of our body really actually helps engage our core muscles. It helps the function of our pelvic floor. It helps the function of our core. So we're just going to do a little bit of practice about breathing and standing before we come into stretching. Maybe even resting your hands gently on your stomach, closing your eyes if it helps. Seeing if you can take that breath down into the ribs, down into the stomach. Noticing if you can maybe put a hand on your back, kind of around this area. Seeing if you can encourage that front to back expansion. Imagine you're stretching from the inside, but very softly. Moving your hands around to all parts of the ribs. Noticing if you can feel that breath. Just doing one more. Perfect. So from here, still in neutral spine. If you can, please join in with engaging those deep core muscles. If it's just too much, as you practice, just bring this in a little bit more. So taking that breath in, as you breathe out, that gentle 10 to 20% contraction of those deeper core muscles. Seeing if you can keep that engaged. As you turn the head to the side, you're going to look down and round. I'm going to come back up. We're going to look down and round again. Really thinking about how it feels today. How does that feel in your neck? Are you noticing a difference side to side? You noticing if you feel that you carry tension on one side of your body more than another? And last one, just gently coming back to that core muscle to be engaged. And back to the other side. Coming back to center, just follow my arms, taking that gentle breath in. As we breathe out, engage the core, allow the arms to come up. Breathing in, just circle back down and round. Really nice shoulder openings. Breathing out and in, out and in. Opening up that chest, really loosening through those shoulder joints. Imagine you're taking a beach ball up over your head. And then one more. Just some overhead reach exercises. And from there, just side bending, breathe in and breathe out. And if you feel comfortable, increase that stretch with your upper arm, reaching over the top of your head. Knowing that your flexibility may be different to mine, and that's okay. Just tune into that first point of stretch. Sending that breath to the ribs and where you feel is tight. Coming back to center, breathing in, and as we breathe out, just again side bending, reaching across. Just knowing, depending on what time of day you practice, you may feel a little bit different. And then from here, we're going to clasp our hands in front. We're going to push away, gently pushing away. Drop that head onto your chest. Just feel the weight of your head relax. That stretch around the back of your shoulder blades. Again, breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. And the next breath in, we're going to just stretch up to the ceiling. Really stretching that extra little bit, maybe wiggling those ribs if you feel that you can. And then come back down. We're going to cycle that once more. We're going to breathe in, we're going to breathe out, we're going to push away. All of this is about getting that upper body stretching out. Breathing in, and then breathing out, and just flowing down, allowing yourself to rest. Coming into our roll down. So focusing on equal weight, trying to make sure we're not going to change our weight forwards and back. We're going to breathe in to engage. As we breathe out, our chin is going to gently go onto our chest. Imagine my fingertips walking down your spine. Keeping those shoulders nice and relaxed, the head heavy. Just rolling down as far as your body naturally goes and feels comfortable. Breathing in, tuck that tailbone under. Really imagine you're stacking up bone by bone. Feeling the point where the shoulder blades drop down, those shoulders drop down, that head floats up tall. Think about length through your system, and then we're going to breathe in, engage that core muscle as you breathe out, and off we go again, trying to keep that core gently engaged if you can. Just really relaxing through that body, maybe a slight softness in the knee. Not worrying about how far you go, but just know that you're listening to your body, breathing in, tucking that tailbone under. Feel those shoulders drop back and down and head comes up tall. And last one, breathing in. As you breathe out, engage that center muscle, breathing out, rolling down. I tend to do a little kind of circular, really relaxed motion with my arms, just to help them really relax. Rolling down, bone by bone. Maybe hanging here for a couple of seconds. As long as you don't feel dizzy, breathing in, engaging that center as you breathe out. And just stacking back up, feeling that length through your spine, coming up tall. From here, we're going to just place our hands in the small of our back. We're going to focus on lifting those ribs to expand the chest. So breathing in, and as you breathe out, lift those ribs up as if you're shining your chest towards the ceiling. Breathing in, feel those ribs restack one on top of the other. We're going to do that again, breathing in. Engaging that center as we breathing out, let's lift through that spine and those ribs, and then breathing in and just restack. I love that stretch, really helps to expand the chest. So drop the shoulders down, we're going to focus on warming up our legs a little bit. So first position is one foot in front of the other. And this is just level 1. Level 2, if you feel comfortable, take the back leg back a bit more. Just drop down, so this tiny little bend in the knee as if you're sinking down to the floor, if you're dropping down through a tube. So this is coming into a lunge position. Just warming up the legs as we come into the next arm movement. So as I said, foot flat, or coming back into this little bit of a lunge if it feels okay in your knees. Going to go into toy soldier arms. So just counting down from 10, 9, 8. See how still you can be. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Making sure we're stacked on top of each other as we do that. Straighten up, give that leg a bit of a shake. So if that felt achievable, you can come into a little bit more of a challenge. If it felt too much, just come back into this standing position. If it felt okay, take that lunge a little bit lower as if you're dropping down into a tube. And again, we're going to do 10 more. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come back up. I'm going to change sides, so please listen to your body again. Level 1, one foot kind of in line with the other. Level 2, we're only going to go the tiniest dip for those of us who are coming into a lunge on the first repeat. We're going to do a little softening. Different movement, we're going to do arm openings. So from the front, it looks like this. So side on, breathing in and out, lengthen through the head and the neck, make sure that we're aligned. So we're going to go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, gentle through the head and neck, 3, 2, and 1. Give yourself a shake, check in. Do you need to come to that slightly more achievable level? Does it feel okay? Do you think you can drop down that little bit further for the last repeat? Make sure you're aligned, core engaged, and off we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Come up into standing. Give those legs a little bit of a shake. shaking them off from there. Warming up the ankles just for a second, coming up into your tiptoes, bending the knees, lowering your heels and lengthening up into your tiptoes, bend the knees, lower your heels and lengthen. Gauging that inner core muscle as you feel you can. And then one more. Perfect. Give that ankle a shake. Give the other ankle a shake. Let's put in a couple of stretches in standing. So coming slightly wider than hip width apart, we're going to stretch our groin today. Taking a breath in as we breathe out. Gently side lunge. Make sure that everything's stacked on top of each other. We should feel a gentle pull in our groin. The stretch should be maybe 3 out of 10 in intensity, 4 out of 10. If it feels too much, bring your legs a little bit closer. If it feels quite easy for you, there's a gentle stretch, then you can always increase it. Keep breathing in and out. Hips are really important to open, especially if we're sitting a lot or doing any form of sport. Change sides. Before you come into the other side, just remember to check. Our body can be different. So you want to approach every stretch gently. Don't just kind of think that one side is going to be exactly the same. Breathing in and out. So this is just our groin stretch, opening up those hips. Good. Giving that a little bit of a wiggle today. Stretching out our quads. You may need to come off the mat to do this. So hold on if you need. So we're going to just gently grab our foot. Please hold on if you need. And we're going to stretch the front of our thigh, tucking the tailbone under. Depending on how many classes you've seen with me already, my right side can be a bit more difficult for me to pick up. My left side's a bit easier. And maybe you notice that on yourself, that there's this little difference right to left. And then relax that leg down. Hold on if you need. Just see this side. And then just get the balance. Ground yourself through the foot. Breathing in and out. Stretching our thighs again, helping our knees and helping our hips. Making sure the stretch is gentle. And relax. So from here, we've finished some standing Pilates, our bit of our warm-up, getting the energy moving into our legs. We're now going to come onto the balance section. So for your beginner's balance today, what I want you to do is make sure that you're potentially on the floor. If you find that you're going to really wobble, that you are standing next to something that you can hold onto. So balance level 1, just gently think about coming up onto that leg. Lengthen through the head and neck, being aware that you're rocking through the ankle, and just see if you can stand for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to change legs. Just seeing if you can stand. 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Now if that felt too difficult, hold on, or you can even try having your hands on your hips, or pressing your hands together can help. So let's try for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, changing sides gently. Doing really well, grow tall. And rest. Let's carry on. So we're again going to hold. Again, think about where you need your hands, or here, or if you feel okay, maybe try with them down. And then again, the other side. Great, all through the body. It's okay if you're rocking. See if you can correct yourself. And our last set, doing amazingly, grow tall. Now see if you can engage those inner core muscles at the same time. And down, and the last one. And rest. Perfectly done. Give yourself a shake and just know with practice, balance definitely improves. So now that we've finished that in standing, we're going to come down and work onto the mat. So now that you've come down onto your mat, we're going to make sure that you've got your correct head block. So I'm just going to use my smaller one and put my bigger one to the side. And we're going to start off having a lie down on our backs. So always taking a moment here just to make sure you're happy with your equipment. Feet, knees are hip width apart. Just turn our head side to side. We're going to look up and down. We're going to find that point where our head and neck are centered. We're going to imagine we've got that peach underneath our chin. Our collarbones are open, our shoulders are relaxed, and our shoulder blades are soft. Coming onto that pelvis, remember those pelvic tilts. And from those pelvic tilts, we're going to come and find that center position as if we can get our knuckles underneath our back, but if we're too low, we can't get our arms underneath at all. And if we're really high, we can kind of join our hands up. And remember, for those of you that do have that higher arch, I've talked about in the technique videos and in the introductory course, having like an extra little pad underneath the small of your back. So just find that center. With the breath work, do not get too fixated on it. What I want you to be able to do is not hold your breath. That's the most important thing. So when I talk about breath work, just follow as you feel comfortable. The same with your core muscles. It should be a really gentle, internal, invisible contraction. And maybe just focusing on engaging on the out breath if that's all that you can do, or just doing everything as you can. So neutral position. We're going to start with hip twist level 1. We're going to breathe in to engage our center as we breathe out. We're going to float one knee out to the side. We're going to breathe in as we come back. We're going to breathe out. We're going to float that knee out to the side. And as we're floating out to the side, we're visualizing that really great tray of your favorite drinks. And we're going to try and not wobble the tray or rock the tray. So if those drinks were really full, we'd want to move really smoothly if we're walking around a room. So maybe using your hands on the pelvis. So we're floating that knee out to the side. How still can you be? Seeing if you can let go of any tension in the rest of your body as you do this. And we breathe out as we move away. We breathe in as we come back. We breathe out as we move away. We breathe in as we move back. And please go at your own speed. Do not feel you need to be keeping up with me. I want you to just listen to your body and move as you feel comfortable. Remembering it's not about how far you go, how fast you move. It's about the control that you have. I'm going to do one more. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in. Come back to center, stretch at any point you want, and we're going to just add some arms in. So allow your arms to come up. Just check that your neck is relaxed as you do this. So this is going to be quite challenging. We'll just start with the arms and then we'll pop it all together. So we're going to breathe in. As we breathe out, just to allow your arm to float out to the side a small distance. Breathe in. Just breathe out. Breathe in. Just breathe out. Breathing in. And then one more. We're going to breathe out. We're going to breathe in. Now from here, we're going to add in the leg. And you may find it a bit challenging on the mind, but we're just going to go with it. We're going to start with the same side, arm and leg floating out to the side. Now before you move, really visualize the stillness in your back. Try and keep everything still with the weight evenly through your shoulders and your back as you move. Breathe in to engage. As we breathe out, float out to the side. As we breathe in, come back. Breathing out. Breathing in. Maybe you're just doing a movement before you think about engaging those inner core muscles. Maybe you're just having a watch of me. So imagine your spine is on a balance beam. We're trying not to float off. So we're trying to stay really still, long through the head and neck. Engaging that core gently as you can, breathing out as you move away, breathing in as you come back. If you need to rest your arms at any point, please do. Breathing out. Breathing in. It's really going to challenge that control. Trying not to rock. And now our arms are up. It's much harder. Good. We're going to just have a rest for a second. And then we're going to try a different variation. So again, allow your arms to come up. Make sure you're centered. Just rock that pelvis. Check the head and neck is relaxed. We're going to go opposites now. So we're going to breathe in, engage in that core. So breathing out, opposite arm, opposite knee out to the side. Come back to center. Breathing in. You'll notice that I'm not going very far. Because if I go very far, I'm going to rock and I'm going to lift my back up off the mat. You may notice a bit of fatigue building up in your arms, and that's okay. Breathing out, breathing in, maybe even closing your eyes to just really focus on that control. Seeing the speed at which you can go and how that can control the movement. We're going to do one more. Breathing out, breathing in. Last one, breathing out, breathing in. Allow those arms to rest, giving everything a little bit of a shake. Well done. So that challenges the mind as well. So let's do some leg lengthening now. So find that center. We're going to take that breath in. As we breathe out, engage the core. Single leg slide, level one. Lengthen that leg away. Breathing in, sliding back. Pausing. Think about the control we just practiced and see if you can change your legs without rocking. Breathing out. Breathing in, sliding that heel back. Breathing out as we slide away. Breathing in as we come back. Remembering as you lengthen away, it's not about how far you go, it's about keeping your spine centered. Now, as you lengthen, you may feel that you want to lose that center, so just don't go as far. Breathing out. Breathing in. Now, can you imagine your legs going along a train track? So we're trying to keep a really smooth line with the legs. Trying to notice if they go for a little wobble. If your knees kind of wobble side to side. And again, breathing out. Breathing in. You may have to explore which socks are best for this. Some people find that their socks are a bit sticky. So keeping that foot in contact as if we're rolling a marble away. Breathing in. One more round before we add another variation. Keep that core engaged. Breathe out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Now we're going to focus again on opposite arm, opposite knee lengthening. So the temptation here is to lift our ribs too high, so be really mindful of keeping this spine centered. Breathe in as we breathe out. Opposite arm, opposite leg, lengthen away. Breathe in to come back. Keep that control of our center as we change legs. Notice if you're rocking as you change legs. See if you can be still. Breathing out. Only go as far as you can control. It's not about being as long as you can, it's about having that control. Breathing out. Just making any corrections. As you get more experienced, you'll find that you'll get into the movement with control a little bit quicker. So it's just time and practice. Making sure you listen to your body and only move as comfortable. Engage that core, breathe out as we move away. Breathe in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. And stop. Hug your knees to your chest. Have a little rock, have a little roll. Okay. So from here, we're going to come into scissors one. So rock forwards and back, find your center, breathe in to engage. Breathe out, pick up that heel, float back. And just get into that nice tabletop position. Breathe in as we lower with control, putting that foot down gently, noticing any rocking. Breathing out. Breathing in. Mindfully popping that foot down. And all of these exercises today, it's really trying to be aware of not arching your back, but also how still can you be with that tray of drinks as we change legs. How still can you be? Noticing that point where the leg feels a little bit heavy as we lower it down. And then we're floating up. And then we're coming back down. And then we're floating up. Good. And then we're coming back down. And we're floating up. And we're coming back down, keeping stillness. And now the next time you float up into single tabletop, you're going to take a breath in and keep that center gently engaged. And as you breathe out, we're going to lengthen away. We're going to breathe in and we're going to fold back, and then we're going to lower down. So we're going to breathe in. As we breathe out, we're going to engage. We're going to fold up. We're going to breathe in to hold. Breathe out. Breathing in, coming back down. Please don't worry about the breath work if it's too much. So breathe out. Breathe in to hold. Breathe out to lengthen, as if we're switching off a light switch on the opposite side of the room. And noticing that as you lengthen that leg away, again, the temptation to lose that center. So you only straighten your leg as far as you feel comfortable. So maybe you're not fully lengthening away to that light switch. Maybe you're noticing that you have to stop before. Make those movements clear, so you float up, then you lengthen, then you fold into tabletop, then you lower. Breathing out, folding up, breathing into hold. Breathing out, touch that light switch off. Breathing in as we fold back. And if you want, bring your arms up. Challenge your control a little bit. If you notice that you're rocking, bring your arms back down. Good. Do one more round. And the last one. And allow those arms to go down. So arms out to the side, having a nice stretch side to side. Just moving your back as you feel comfortable. Releasing any tension that you may be holding because you're concentrating quite a lot. So from here, we're going to come up onto our hands and knees. Moving the pads out of the way. Just relaxing those toes down, relaxing those heels down. We're going to make sure our weight is even. Just think about a few pelvic tilts. Up and down, and then coming to rest in that neutral spine position. We're going to start focusing on our glutes a little bit now. So one of the things that will also be added into this is the rocking element on the mat. Now, as a beginner, you may notice that there's a lot of rocking side to side on the mat. Like when you are lying on your back, you may feel that you rock with some of these Pilates exercises. So as you really notice that, you can invite your body to try and find some stillness. So taking a breath in, as we breathe out, we're going to engage. We're going to lengthen that leg away. And then as you feel comfortable, you're just going to lift that leg as high as you feel that you can control. Making sure that the movement is really local to the hip and not this part of the back. We're going to breathe in and we're going to come back. We're going to do the same leg again. So we're going to breathe out and lift. Think about your bottom, lifting that leg up. Breathing in. Bit of an arm workout at the same time. Just be aware of spreading that weight through the hands. Try not to tip forwards as you lift. Keep going. Feel that lift working through the bottom. Some of you may even notice that your bottom cheek on the other side has a bit of effort, giving you stability. We're going to change sides now. So as you change sides, try to be aware of any rocking. Remember that you can stretch at any point to release the wrist. So just changing sides, so back to that breath work, into engage, breathing out as we lift, breathing in as we come back, long through the head and neck, breathing out, in, making that movement smooth, only lifting as high as you feel able to lift. Imagine the lift is coming from that hip and the bottom. Good. And now stretch out those hands. If you can, sit back on your heels. You can do that. If not, just prop yourself up on your forearms. Give your wrists a bit of a wiggle. Give your wrists a bit of a wiggle. Okay, we're going to do that again. Working through our upper body, working through our wrists. This time, if you feel comfortable, I'd encourage you to put a hold on. If not, please just carry on without the hold. So breathing in, engaging as we're breathing out, lengthen, and we're going to hold that leg. Feel it gently in the bottom. And then come back down. We're going to change sides this time. So we're going to lengthen. We're going to gently lift and we're going to hold. Just keep breathing as you hold and breathing as we bring it back. Again, we're going to lengthen. We're going to imagine the lift is coming from the bottom. We're going to hold, just breathe in and out. And then come back down. Just think about making sure that neck is long as we do this. Breathing out, lifting up, check that core. And down. And again, change sides. Breathing out, core engaged, hover the leg. And down. And lift that leg and hold. And down and stop. Again, have a bit of a stretch out, however you feel comfortable. Rocking the hands side to side, wiggling the wrists. And from there, we're going to come back onto our backs, grabbing your head block again. And having woken up our bottom a bit, we're going to come into shoulder bridge. So feet, knees, hip width apart, shoulders relaxed, head relaxed. Find your center. And then we're going to breathe in to engage our core. As we breathe out, we're going to roll up bone by bone. We're going to breathe in to hold, and as we breathe out, we're going to lower down bone by bone. And then we're going to breathe in, engaging, and as we breathe out, we're going to roll up bone by bone. And then we're going to hold, and as we breathe out, we're going to lower down bone by bone. Really trying to kind of imagine that you're rolling through that spine. So again, breathing in, engaging that core, breathing out, we're rolling up. Bone by bone, trying to make sure that our hips are soft, our knees are hip width apart. We're not pressing all the way through into our toes. We're trying not to grip, our neck is soft. Breathing in as we hold, and we're breathing out. We're really imagining that back is lowering down bone by bone. The next time we're going to come into a hold. So if that feels too challenging to do any hold, please carry on with just rolling up and rolling down. So breathing in again, gently engaging that core, tuck that tailbone under, gently rolling up. And as we hold, we should be aware of maybe some gentle effort building up in the bottom. Our hips are soft, the small of my back is nice and soft. No strain through the knees. And if it feels too hard, stay in bridge but lower a little bit. And if that doesn't change it, please come back to rolling up and down. I'm just going to keep holding for another 10 seconds. See if you can gently engage those inner core muscles as you breathe in and breathe out. And then you're going to roll down. At any point that you need to stretch your legs, stretch your legs. We're going to do a few repeats of that. So core is engaged, you're breathing out, we're rolling up into bridge. And we're staying in bridge and we're breathing in and out. How still can you be as you're holding? We're holding for 10 seconds. And then we're lowering down bone by bone. We're going again. We're engaging that core, breathing out, rolling up. And then we're holding. Breathe in and out. Really see if we can get that bottom working. Not the back of our thighs, so that bottom, maybe gently tightening the bottom, pushing through the heels if you need. Relaxing down. Do it twice more. So breathe in, engage. As we breathe out, just roll up bone by bone. We're going to hold. At any point that you're getting tired, just rest. How still can you be? And down. And last one, stretch out your legs if you need before you start. Just breathing in, core is engaging, we're rolling up, tucking that tailbone under, rolling up. Keep going, you're doing well. And relax down. Well done. Give your legs a little bit of a stretch. Stretching out. Just stretching out. So come back to your center. So get your rest position sorted. And just pause. So from here, we're going to come into some more single tabletop work. So find your center, breathe in, engage. As you breathe out, fold one leg up. We're going to go into hip twist level 2. We're going to float on the out to the side. We're going to breathe in, we're going to float back. We're going to do that again, same side. As we float out, my ankle stays behind my knee. What I mean by that is that I'm not turning my leg. So I'm not turning my leg. I'm imagining a door dropping away. So I'm just going to breathe out. Going to breathe in. And it's harder than when the foot is down. Just try one more. Be aware of that tray of drinks. Try not to go too far. Breathe in, come back, and then lower with control. We're going to go to the other side. So breathe in, engage that core. Breathe out, fold up. Breathe in to hold, and then breathe out. Allow that hip to float away. Trying to notice how still you can be. Breathing in, back to center. So I'm back in a line. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. 2 more of these. Good. So you may feel quite wobbly, but we're just starting to challenge ourselves in this single tabletop position. And then we're going to breathe out.
We're going to breathe in, and then we're going to lower back down. So we're going to see if we can alternate that. So again, all about this control. You'll see me putting my hands kind of all the way here. So even as an instructor, I really need to feel what's happening. Take that breath in to engage your center. Breathe out and fold up. Breathe in to hold. Breathe out. Float the knee out. Breathe in, come back. Allow that leg to go down with control. See how still you can be as you breathe out and we float up. Breathe in to hold, breathe out, float that knee out to the side. Breathing in, coming back, and just being aware of when that foot goes down, how still can you be? As you slide that foot, pick up that heel, slide that toe back, fold up, breathe out. Breathing in, lower down. And again, changing sides. Breathing out. Breathing in, lowering down. Keeping that control. Moving with awareness. Noticing that as you practice that you're going to become stiller and stiller, which shows that your core is engaging, that it's working. Noticing if there's any tension in your body, see if you can relax the tension. And we're going to just do one more on each side. And then again. And down. Again, have a stretch as you need. And from here, we're going to come onto our sides. So I'm going to grab my head block again. So remember, when we're lying on our side, you can just have your pillows tucked under one arm, like your arms here for the next exercise. Only if your shoulder feels comfortable, you can kind of lie with one of your head blocks or your pillow here. We're going to think about our side leg lift now. So lying with both legs straight, using your hand to give you a little bit more stability, obviously making sure you've watched the technique video if you need, just to check how to do this exercise, looking at knowing that we're going to activate that hip abductor muscle. We're going to breathe in to engage, and as we breathe out, keeping our waist long, imagining we've got a little marble underneath our waist, just going to lengthen that leg, lifting up in line with our hip. We're going to breathe in as we lower back down. Just doing those little micro adjustments, maybe tipping forwards or back, softening that knee as you need, so the energy isn't in the rest of the leg. So as we get tired, it's just coming into that bottom. So keep going, just nice and gently. So that's just 5 repeats. And we're going to keep going, we're going to do 10. So up to the side and down. And again, so gently up and down. Just working through those glutes. Tipping forwards if you need to find that muscle. Trying to allow the movement to be smooth, that it comes from the bottom. We're trying not to use our back, we're trying not to use our lower leg. It should feel like it gets tired through here. And then have a little bend of the knees. So if you're quite weak, that you may already feel this quite strongly here. If you feel quite strong, there may only be a slight awareness. So then you could always just have a look at the next level for your hip muscle exercises. We're going to just lengthen again. We're going to do 10 more. But I encourage you to stop before then if it feels like this side of your bottom's done a bit too much. So breathing in to engage, breathing out, gently lifting, breathing in, coming down. Maybe remembering to use your hand for support if you need. I may be having my hand position in a slightly different position to where you are. Got 7 more. So breathing out, breathing in. 6. And if you start to notice that I don't want it to be sore. There should be effort, but not soreness. Okay, 4 more. Doing well. Breathe out. Breathe in. Last couple. And 1 more. Well done. Give that a little pat. And we're going to just gently turn over to the other side. I'm going to start to notice how you get Pilates hair like me. It just goes everywhere. So from here, just making sure if you're aware that this side is a little bit weaker. And if it's weaker, you may not be able to do as many when you start off. So make sure you feel comfortable, long through the waist, long through the spine, breathing in to engage. And as you breathe out, just gently lift, no higher than hip height for today, breathing in. Using this hand to give you stability, engage that core muscle. Nice and smooth. The lift is coming from here. So if you notice you're using your leg, maybe don't quite lift as high. Some people can feel that that other leg is doing quite a lot of work. And if it is, you can bend it ever so slightly. And then last one. And then rest. Give that a little pat. Stopping at any point that you need. Lengthening both legs away again. Our last set of 10. Breathing in to engage. Breathing out. And in. Out. And in. Trying not to collapse underneath your waist. Good. See if you can engage that core muscle if it doesn't feel too complicated. Two more. And last one. One more. Well done. Give that a little bit of a pat. So from here, we're going to go and do a really nice thread the needles stretch. So come back up. You're going to come up onto your hands and knees again. So from here, we're on our hands and knees and we're going to do a nice thread the needles stretch. So we're going to breathe in, and as we breathe out, we're going to thread through, feeling a gentle stretch around the shoulder blade. As we breathe in, we're going to come back, and as we breathe out, we're going to open up. You can do that twice more to the same side, so breathing in and then breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Just moving as far as you feel comfortable. It's all about stretching through that body. We're going to change sides. Just going to breathe in and breathe out. We're going to stretch. Noticing if one side just feels that you have to hold off the stretch a little bit because you're a little bit tighter. We're going to breathe in, breathing out, and then lifting, breathing in, and then breathing out, breathing in. And then breathing out. Really nice. Coming to have a lie back down on your back. So now coming into our cool down, coming into some of our stretches. We're going to gently hug our knees to our chest, or just one knee to your chest if you feel comfortable. Focusing on relaxing the upper body. Breathing in and out, and if you want, you can just gently rock side to side. Just breathing in and out, and if you're doing one leg at a time, can you just change legs for me? Softening that neck and the shoulders. Good. Lowering one leg down, take the other leg, hold behind the back of the thigh. Very gently just stretch up towards the ceiling so you feel a gentle stretch down the back of the leg. Relax the upper body. And if you were struggling to hold the leg, you could use a little towel or something just to help hold. The stretch should be gentle. It's not about having a perfectly straight leg. If you have a look at me, I have real average flexibility, and that's perfect. So breathing in and out. Stretching gently. If there's any unpleasant sensation in the leg, just soften the stretch a fraction. And then relax. Changing legs. Just gently floating up, lengthening. Once again, just noticing if one side is different to the other. And then relax down. Stretching out our glutes, so crossing an ankle over the knee to just stretch out through here. If it's feeling quite tight, just bring that foot further forwards. If it's feeling quite comfortable in a stretch, you can just lift that knee up. Just support the leg wherever you feel comfortable. Again, just breathing in and out. Stretching really gently so it's a comfortable sensation. And then changing legs. Good, just feeling if there's a difference, just encouraging that stretch if you need to be lifting the leg. If that feels too strong, keep the leg down, bring that foot forwards. And then relax. Allow the arms to come out to the side, feet and knees together, head up centered. Take a breath in, and as we breathe out, just gently twist to the side. Again, take a nice breath in, and as you breathe out, just twist to the other side. Perfect. From here, we're going to come up onto our hands and knees, making sure we do this slowly if we think we're going to feel dizzy. So from here, kind of coming up into standing, any way that you need if it's comfortable, but if you're okay, come back onto your heels. Think about gently rolling up, bone by bone, re-stacking. Making sure that you feel comfortable, dropping your shoulders down, floating your head up tall. Gonna think about that breath in and breath out. Favorite part of the class as well. Breathing in and out. One more. Breathing in
and out. And then giving any last parts a little stretch. I really hope you enjoyed your practice today. Just know that you can repeat this anytime, you can try a different level, and you can build up your strength. If you've got any questions or need any more support, please get in touch.